Is the Trail Boss still relevant with the ZR2 here now? I guess we'll have to find out in this video. I borrowed this truck from Seiner Chevrolet here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to check out the inventory. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see some of the options and features on this build. At the very top is the description with the color. So this is sterling gray metallic. And this does have the Gideon and very dark atmosphere interior. Here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Base price is $58,800, and here are all the options. So this does have the 6.2 liter and convenience package number 2, safety package, leather package. It is decked out, protection, and front bucket seats with the center console. And a few more things on this side, like the dark essentials, adaptive cruise control for $500, multi-flex tailgate, and the active exhaust comes available with the 6.2 liter. Destination comes in at $1995 with a total price of $71,050. And here are the fuel economy numbers. Surprisingly, this truck did get a price increase of $800. And I'll explain to you why in a second here. But on the front end, when you get a Trail Boss, two things that you'll notice that are different. You get black bumpers and you get those red recovery hooks too. Now this truck does have the blackout on the front end, including the bow tie right here. Active grille shutters and that HD surround vision camera was an option. Premium lighting, so you have LED high and low beams, accent lights, and fog lights are down below. And I like those horizontal lines that run across it too. Front parking sensors on the front end of this pickup too. Now as far as your skid plates go, you have plastic ones down below, and there is an aluminum one protecting the engine. Now off to the side, let's take a look at the side here. You can see that there is a flow through that goes through the wheel well right there. And then check out your suspension. So very similar to what you see on the ZR2 with the exception of the Multimatic DSSV. This has Rancho shocks, but it has a coilover setup, and this truck does have a 2-inch raised ride height. Now what they've done on this truck is your upper and lower control arms are restyled for that lift, and the steer knuckle is also slightly different compared to other Silverados. Now that's going to be aluminum for the upper control arm and your steer knuckle. Down below you guys can see that steel control arm has some stiffening right there. Fabric material for the wheel well, and then here are the tires. So let's go ahead and check them out on the other side. For 2025, you now have 20-inch wheels standard on LT models. Now, I'm not a big fan of that, but it is what it is. Bridgestone Dueler all-terrain tire, and 275/60/20 is the tire size. So that's basically 33 inches tall and 10.8 inches wide. And you guys can see right there, 2,679 pounds of capacity at 44 psi. And just really quickly, here's the other side for the suspension too, in case you wanted to see it. This one does have the mud flaps right there, and then here's more of that blackout for the badging. 6.2 liter. And there are the mirror caps, and they do give you blackout on the door handles as well. And then here's the entire truck on the side. No running boards. You can kind of see the skid plate where the engine is, and transfer case has one right there, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much exposed on the bottom of the truck there. Now here is where you fill up at. Because it has a 6.2, you have premium fuel recommended, 24-gallon fuel tank. And then out back, here is your setup. So you have 3 leaves, with the bottom one being a helper spring. They do provide a liner, and this truck does have the wax coating on the frame. And in case you didn't see those wheels, here's a good look at them right there. Trail Boss badge right there. They do provide steps on those black bumpers, more blackout for the emblems in the rear. And this one does have the optional multi-flex tailgate, dual exhaust tips, class 4 hitch with the camera inputs. And you guys can see incandescent bulb still, something that they still do. Camera and light for your conventional hitch. And there's your step. Now the Chevy bow tie now comes standard for every truck too. You have a handle here that they provide for the multi-flex tailgate. Here's some of your bed lights, and you have 400 watts of power, and you have 12 tie downs around the bed too. Now this truck does not have a sunroof, and it doesn't have bed view camera or the 4K camera for the rearview mirror. One of the biggest advantages you get with the ZR2 is they give you a matching wheel and tire, but on this Trail Boss they do not. You still have a locker 323 rear end. You can see some of those Rancho shocks there, and you can see that dual exhaust as well. It is active exhaust with the 6.2 liter only though. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and talk about it. The 6.2 liter is the most powerful engine that GM has currently. It's going to have 420 horsepower that comes on around 5,600 RPMs and 460 pound-feet of torque, which comes on around 4,100 RPMs. Now, obviously, if you want those power numbers, you're going to have to use premium fuel, so just keep that in mind. And I'll be honest, if you're going to get this engine, just use premium or just get the 5.3. With that being said, I think that the dynamic fuel management needs to go away. I think that that's the only thing that will keep me from wanting to get this particular engine. My choice would probably be the 3 liter Duramax. Now, one thing I'll say about the ZR2, if you get this engine, it really does drop the fuel economy a lot. So for some people who do daily drive their truck, the Trail Boss is still really relevant for them, because if you are after trying to save as much at the pump as you can, the Trail Boss is still the better way to go. I've never seen this interior before for the 1500s, although I've seen it for the HDs. But check out the overall design. When you get a Trail Boss, nothing is different on the interior. So this is basically the same interior you'd get on a LT. So you have the Bose premium sound system. You only have auto up and down for the driver's side, but auto down for everything else. No power folding mirrors too. No seat memories. And you do have a 10-way seat, including the lumbar support. And here's some of your controls: electronic parking brake, drive modes, and you have your all-wheel drive system right here, or four-wheel drive system, but you have automatic too. Lighting's right there. Here's some of the design for the interior. These seats are not perforated leather. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. No power seat on the passenger side. Here is the door. And then a little bit of storage right here. And down below, there is a sticker inside of here saying that you should not use this truck for a bed camper. And if you run out of fuel on the side of the highway, they do give you this guy here to be able to fill up that tank. All this is going to be soft touch up top here. Actually, this is hard plastic, excuse me, hard plastic, but this is all soft touch, including this too. Storage right there. And then out back, there's that door. What do you guys think about the brown with the silver? This is pretty popular. One thing I like about this interior though is you get the darker roof. It's basically that mocha color. You have two USBs, no outboard heated seats, but you have seat back pockets on both sides, and a little bit of storage. Armrest is right here, and you have that power sliding glass with defrost. And if you didn't know, these do pop down for better visibility if nobody's sitting back here. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's side. So here's some of the animations for the screens. Now what's funny is on the HD trucks, they don't give you the Trail Boss animations, they give you the Z71. So I knew they had them, I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. So the half tons still have those Trail Boss animations. I don't know why they don't do it for the HDs though. Very, very weird. No heads up display. You have a 12-inch screen, 13.4 over here. And as you guys saw, this truck did have 360 camera view, which was an option. And then no bed view camera, but you can disable the lines if you like, or use it for towing. Also, you have these camera views too for the wheels. And then top view, you can disable your bird's eye view if you don't want that up and get a bigger screen there. Just below the screen you have your lane keep assist alert, parking sensors, auto stop start. You can drop the tailgate, caution light, traction control, downhill assist, and you can drop all the windows down together if you like. A little bit of storage above the screen right there, dual climate control, heated seats, and you do have some USBs. And then just check out down below, a little bit of storage. Some people don't like this shifter. I am personally a column shifter kind of guy, but for half tons, people don't really care for column shifters. You have this lighter color center console. You have USBs, wireless charger, and 120 volt power plug, removable tray, and they do illuminate this area too. You can kind of see the lights on right now. On this screen, it's fully customizable. And by the way, this steering wheel is heated. Feels really good on my hands. A little chilly outside today. It's not that bad. It's 52 degrees, but it's a little chilly. And as I said, you can customize this if you like. They have a ton of them here. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but you can change what you see on the left and right side there. And then you can add more information down below, which is my favorite. On this screen, fully customizable. You can move things around and you can take things out of this and put things back over there to your liking. And you have this split screen, which gives you a lot of nice information. If you tow a trailer, you have that. Or if you want a more sophisticated clock in the display, you can do that too. You still have that information up top right there. And yeah, this is a nice truck. I just think for 70 grand, you're almost in ZR2 territory. Actually, no, you're not almost. In this truck right now, how it's configured, you are basically in ZR2 territory. And so there's just a few things missing. And if I have a chance, maybe I'll put these trucks side by side because this is a good example. But the biggest advantage with this truck is if you want this type of interior, a lot of people don't really care for the ZR2 interior. So this is the next best thing. So you can get a fully black interior or you can get this specialty right here. Let's go ahead and check out the Payload. These are the numbers for the gross axle ratings. 3,800 pounds up front and then 3,800 in the rear. 7,100 pound gross vehicle weight rating with 20 by 9 wide wheels. All in payload is going to be 1,625 pounds. So a comparable ZR2 is going to have a couple hundred pounds less of payload because of the extra skid plates, bumpers, things like that. And they don't have the, holy smokes, they didn't put the conventional towing or gooseneck numbers on here. I've never seen that before. Very weird. But yeah, all in 15,000 pound gross combined weight rating. Towing capacity is going to be around 8,500 pounds to about 9,000 pounds, in that ballpark. If you get max tow, you can increase those numbers, including the gross axle rating out back. And then tire pressure, 35 all the way around. I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I definitely want to put this up against the ZR2, especially this one because of how they have it option. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you guys soon.